My name is Inder Alexander Martinez. I am from the United States of America, the city of Los Angeles. I am a second year Christian education major, student here at Torch. Oh yeah, it was surprising and innovative. Honestly, it's like nothing I have seen before. I think the business structure and the management style is very unique and very courageous, actually. Giving so much autonomy to its employees and so much freedom to them without having an overbearing management looking down upon it. It's so different from other business models that I've encountered. It's almost countercultural. And it seems very crazy, but that's kind of what the Bible is. The Bible, to people who don't know it, they see it, they read it, and they think it's crazy. And I applaud the company for its courageous attitude towards it. And they're really depending and trusting their employees to give the very best to this company, and then by extension to the customer. A business, right? It has such a reach to worldwide audience and worldwide customers that I can definitely see the impact of an evangelistic mindset for a company. So it's very interesting and very curious to think about a business as mission, but it's something really to look forward to. The slide. There's a slide. I went from the second floor down to the first floor. A trampoline, right? A gym. I'm a big gym guy. I love the gym. It was unorthodox. That's the word for it. It's unorthodox. When I was walking through the facility, it felt like I was in a playground. I said, I could have so much fun here. That could be dangerous if you give it to the wrong people, right? So that's why the interviewing process and the screening process is essential. If they hire the wrong people to come into this company, they will be lazy and they will just play all day. But it's a privilege to be in a place like this where the company is trusting you with the freedom to relax a little bit while doing God's work. That's the most impactful for me.
For sure.
Yeah, I love it because every time you read those scriptures, it speaks to your heart. I believe that, and I know that the company believes that as well. It's a good reminder, you're just walking down the hallway preparing for the next task, but you see scripture and you read it, and that does something to your heart. Whether we feel it or not, I truly believe that just reading the scripture changes you. So because it's everywhere here, it's a wonderful thing.
I think it's so, for me, it always amazed me when I see like how people kind of like they try to cope the Christian value in the. It's not only for the things that we learn in the class, but then this is like the reality that we live in. I think it's very great. I mean, because like this is business as a mission. I believe that it also has kind of like many limitation or many kind of like facing like many struggle, but I think this is kind of like such a good strategy to proclaim the gospel, and especially for development country, because they need to kind of like, let's say like they need money, they need to earn something, and then we suggest them like, oh, we have this kind of like idea. You earn the money, but then like let us also tell you what we have. Yeah, in that way like we kind of like have a win-win solution. For them, they can like earn money, and then for us, we can also proclaim the gospel. So I think, yeah, CEO Park also, he's doing like a very great job, and yeah, his testimony can impress me. Kind of like it doesn't matter whatever will be with my kind of like business, I will just proclaim the gospel. That's really challenged me, and yeah, I think his testimony like inspired me a lot. What I learned living in this world, we have nothing. All things that we have is from God. So be brave to face the suffering, because the suffering is like a way for us to come back to God. That's what I learned today about the suffering faith and everything. Yeah, so for me, this is kind of like such a good reminder that God give me so that I can also improve myself in a better way for the next journey. I think I heard that I heard from my friend also, Atomy also has the branch in Indonesia. So this is for the Atomy. I really hope that through Atomy, the gospel in Indonesia can be like proclaimed like more efficiently and effectively. That's what I really kind of like hope. Yeah, so when I go back to Indonesia, I'm hoping to visit or at least like get to know them. That's what I plan to do.
I'm Jesse Jeremiah Theophilus. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Nigeria. And I came to Korea about 2 years ago for my Master's of Divinity. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know what to meet here, so I didn't really have any expectation. But I will tell you, I'm very grateful to God I came. I think it's going to mark a big turning point in my life because a lot of perspectives about ministry and missions has really changed as I had this visit to Atomy Park. Because two things, especially about this place that really surprised me is that I thought I was in the church because when I came here, this whole place looked like a church. In fact, though it looks like a business place also, but the atmosphere, the spiritual atmosphere is kind of that of a church. Yeah, I saw so many things, you know. I mean, the way the buildings have a direct access to the outside world, you know, the glasses are transparent, and so it's really, really encouraging to see those kind of things. I'm like, wow. I mean, and seeing the setup and the way the business structure is how it is organized, like you can sit wherever you want, you can come whenever you want, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look normal, but I'm really encouraged. And but when I thought of it deeply and I looked at the scripture, it's exactly how God expected us to live. Of course, the company has principles, it has rules, but Chairman Park decided to give grace. And grace, as many Christians misunderstand it, is not a license to sin, but grace is a teacher for you not to sin. So if Chairman Park gives this big liberty, it's not with the anticipation that the people should misuse it, but people should appreciate it. So I was like, wow, that's exactly what this man is practicing here. He's giving them grace, liberty. Okay, I have this here, I have that here. You can go to the gym, you can go to play, you can do whatever you like. That is not for you to play, but for you to know what to do at the right time and do it well. And it's really, really amazing. Yeah. Why going, you see, there are scriptures everywhere. It's encouraging. There's one I actually saw, 1 Peter 4:10, that we be stewards of the manifold of grace. And Mr. Park should keep up with the good work and encourage them to, the passion is to encourage Christian values in them. And they being representative of Christ wherever they are in the workplace, whether they're medical doctors, whether they are businessmen, whether they are this or that. But I never had that emphasis on businessmen. So this experience has really changed a lot of things. Because I didn't believe all what I saw today, that this is ever possible. And when the CEO would talk to us for 2 hours, I felt like, am I speaking to a highly spiritual pastor in Korea? I'm like, so I really got really impressed seeing his spiritual depth as a businessman. So that's why when we have an interview, I had to ask him a question. When were you born again, sir? And did you go to the Bible college? Did you go to theological school? I think from his answer, it's like, he's just a Christian who loved the Lord and who's ready to serve the Lord. So that kind of inspired me. Like, I think as from today, the Lord has placed it in my heart that I should train more young people to become like Chairman Park, because it's really amazing. Because the way he's so ready to uphold the core of the gospel, irrespective of what it is, and it's really amazing. Yeah. Lastly, the last question I asked him over dinner was really amazing. I didn't expect his reply because I asked him that, are you worried about what will happen to your company after you leave? What if your successor is not as faithful as you are? But he said he's not worried. His own job is to do his own job very well. And after he's gone, it's up to God. So the last comment he made really shocked me. He said, don't waste your time doing what God should do. You do what man should do, then let God do what God should do. So you do your part and let God do his part. So it was really encouraging to see the depth that Chairman Park has, especially about life, especially about ministry, and especially about business. It's really amazing. So I will be so excited in my lifetime if God can use me to raise at least 3 young men to become like Chairman Park, who are so faithful in the business world and are so committed and are so faithful to God. It's really amazing.